welcome to this Wednesday, December the 21st edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. No Tony as of now. I tried getting a hold of him, so I don't know where he is. Hopefully he'll be back for the finale before our break coming up on Friday. But today, unless he calls in within the next 15 or so minutes, I can handle it solo. I've done it before. Let's start this off by recapping Raw from Monday. Starting off with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho in the ring, talking about how they're best friends and how they fooled everybody at what took place at Roadblock End of the Line. Then eventually Mick Foley comes out and says, you know what, Roman Reigns is going to get a rematch at the Royal Rumble, and Chris Jericho will not get involved because he'll be hanging from above the ring in a shark cage. So that'll be interesting. And of course they announced a tag team match, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the main event. Big Cass versus Rusev. Rusev wins by disqualification when Big Cass just annihilates and starts attacking Rusev. Sasha Banks comes out and says, you know what, and calls out calls out Charlotte and says, I want to congratulate you. Come on out. She don't come out. Nia Jax does, kicks the crutch from under Sasha Banks. Cedric Alexander defeats Noam Dar. Noam Dar apparently obsessed with Cedric Alexander's girlfriend Alicia Fox. We'll see where that goes. New Day come out. They say that they're not the champions anymore. Cesaro and Sheamus come out and celebrate. New tag team titles: red leather, silver belt. Gallows and Anderson come out. Shining Stars ends up being an 8-man tag where Sheamus, Cesaro, and New Day defeat Gallows, Anderson, and the Shining Stars. Neville comes out and says, all you people, you guys didn't cheer for me ever. And Rich Swann comes out and says, you're just jealous. Brian Kendrick, TJ Perkins, they all ended a brawl. They had a match last night on 205 Live. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that coming up on Friday's show. Titus O'Neil versus Sin Cara ends in a no contest when Braun Strowman, who wants Sami Zayn, attacks them. Charlotte and Bayley. Charlotte comes out. She's the champion. Bayley comes out and says, you know what? I want my opportunity. Bayley beats Charlotte, but then after the match, they show that her shoulders were up at 2. So expect a rematch to take place before before Bayley gets her women's title match. And then finally, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho ended in no contest when Braun Strowman yet again comes out and attacks Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. So I don't know where they're going with this. So hopefully this is a sign that Braun Strowman, I'm thinking maybe if the Shaquille O'Neal thing isn't working out, you got to think this Braun Strowman and taking over Monday Night Raw thing is probably going to lead to him facing Big Show at WrestleMania. But he went after Roman Reigns, so possibly does that mean he's going to go get an opportunity, and Seth Rollins, so does that mean he's going to get an opportunity against both them men coming up in the next couple of pay-per-views? They got 2 pay-per-views before WrestleMania, which is the Royal Rumble, which I don't know if they're going to do that because the Royal Rumble is really for everyone but the world champion. And then you also have I believe it's going to be Fastlane, which will be in Milwaukee. So we'll see how's it going to react, who's going to step up. But Braun Strowman making an impact. I'm glad to see that they're actually making him look like the big guy and attacking actual guys instead of facing all these indie guys and really not getting anywhere. So hopefully we'll get to the end of that. I think overall it was a okay Raw. Too many promos. Also Enzo Amore had to do a I don't know what it was called, but a class where a sensitivity class, and he ends up getting beat up by Rusev and Jinder Mahal. So a lot of interesting things going on, a lot of promos. I think it's from the fallout of what took place on Sunday night at Fastlane, or excuse me, at Roadblock, and also trying to get everything in before the end of the year. So next week's Raw is in Chicago. That'll be exciting. Take a time out when we come back. We are going to preview Ring of Honor and NXT. That's next on the Ringside Report. Welcome back to the Ringside Report. Let's see if Anthony Smoody... Smoody!
What's up?
We're taping Ringside Report.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm till 8 o'clock.
It's okay. I already recorded the first segment, so
okay.
We're on to Ring of Honor and NXT, Smoody.
Okay.
So it's been me and Snoopy talking this whole time.
Oh, good.
Well, we covered a lot of stuff. What were your thoughts on Raw?
You know, I'm pretty desperate that Jericho got what he deserved, and
he's gonna be in a cage.
That's good, and Roman should not get a rematch. That should be technically somebody else's.
Well, it looks like someone else has something to say about it also by the name of Braun Strowman. He made quite an impact on Monday night.
I know. He wants Sami Zayn because of last night, because he's pissed.
You mean Sunday night. Tony, it's Wednesday.
I know.
Okay, we're gonna preview Ring of Honor, and before we do that, what was your thoughts on Enzo and his sensitivity class?
I think that's good, because you can't walk around naked at a wrestling show.
But he got beat up by Rusev and Jinder Mahal. What a day, Tony.
He'll get his revenge.
Okay, let's preview Ring of Honor first. Kyle O'Reilly is going to address Ring of Honor for the first time as they're in Philadelphia for the first time since they won the Ring of Honor World title from Adam Cole. You're also going to see in action, they're doing a Decade of Excellence tournament where the winner of this tournament is going to get a world title match at the 15th anniversary on Friday, March 10th. Tony, if you can think of all the guys in Ring of Honor, all the people, all the main event guys, who do you think deserves the opportunity to be to get a world title match against Kyle O'Reilly?
Silas Young.
I don't know if he's in it. You think he might be, but you think he deserves it out of everyone?
Well, you got Adam Cole, you got Jay Lethal, you've got...
Jay Lethal's in it.
You got a lot of good veterans in there. You got a Bruiser. He had maybe a shot at it, but...
I don't think he's in it.
Cheeseburger. You got...
Smoothie. Cheeseburger?
You also got maybe possibly CM Punk, Daniel Bryan.
Tony, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about the old school Ring of Honor stars.
Well, first off, Daniel Bryan is the commissioner of SmackDown, and second of all, the general manager, and second of all, CM Punk don't wrestle anymore. It's guys on the active roster, Smoothie.
Well, you said it's the classic.
No, it's the Decade of Excellence.
Well, it's a decade because CM Punk's been on Ring of Honor, so...
The brackets are already announced. The first match that'll take place tonight will be Mark Briscoe versus Christopher Daniels. Also in action, you'll see, this isn't a tournament match. It'll be Caprice Coleman versus Leo Rush. That'll be tonight on Pop TV. Or not on Pop TV, it'll be on Comet TV. You can also see it Saturdays on my network television in Wisconsin. Okay, now let's talk about NXT, Tony. The tournament continues to find out who's getting a title shot at NXT TakeOver San Antonio. I already know who wins this because stupid spoilers, but who do you think has the best chance to get an opportunity in San Antonio?
Is this a tag team tournament or is this a singles tournament?
It's a singles tournament. Whoever wins gets a Ring of Honor or NXT World title match against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh boy. You already know who won this thing, but if I was a betting man, I would think Bobby Roode. Some of the boys, former TNA stars. Maybe Samoa Joe gets a shot at it, or I don't know. But
I don't know if they started that. Hang on, let me look. Did they start? Well, oh no, wait. This is what it is. They had the 4 #1 contender matches last week. Ty Dillinger, Cien Almas, Roderick Strong, Bobby Roode. They will have a fatal 4-way match tonight. The winner will become #1 contender. Tony, who's your pick out of them 4?
Bobby Roode. I think Bobby Roode, because he's a veteran. He's been a world champion before, so...
But wouldn't you have thought they would have saved him for TakeOver Orlando?
Well...
Or do you think do you think if he wins this and he gets into... Or do you think he loses in San Antonio if he wins the match tonight?
I think he gets screwed out in San Antonio and then he ends up going to Orlando and winning the title there in front of... Because I wanted to see it where it ends up where he pins Shinsu Nakamura on the TNA front doorstep in Universal Studios.
You know what also is interesting, Tony? Are they doing NXT TakeOver San Antonio? Are they doing that in... They're not doing that also in the Alamo Dome, right? Are they doing that?
No, I think they're doing the AT&T Center.
Oh, that makes sense. And then also there's rumors, Tony, I don't know this for sure, I heard it online, that most likely TNA will be doing tapings that week at WrestleMania. Hopefully they do.
I hope so. I hope that none of them fans invade Orlando.
But I want to go see TNA. My only chance.
Well, we go see TNA, but remember, if you get lost in the back of the arena, I'm not responsible for what you have.
Smoody, go lay down. We're going to take a timeout when we come back. We're going to recap the total nonstop deletion and talk about what's going to happen this week,
God.
which I have no idea. We'll be back. I'd like to send out a happy birthday to someone you did see on Monday Night Raw on Monday night, Primo. Happy birthday. He's 34 today.
Oh, boy.
Can't even wish him a happy birthday, Smoody.
Ditto. Let's move on.
Okay, before we preview Impact, we did not get a chance to recap last week's because we had a full set of show on Monday. Hardy's come out, of course, this was total nonstop deletion. Tony, it had a feel of Sold Out 97, didn't it?
It did, and we should have the black and white version of this. I don't know. I guess this really. If this is teenage last hurrah, then this is the way to go out, right?
Well, they're giving all the booking to the Hardys, really. So I mean, and people like it. So I mean, you can't you can complain, but it's people like it. I guess I don't know. I've defended TNA for years now. This is the stupidest thing I've seen yet. Wait till you hear the results, ladies and gentlemen. Rockstar Spud lost to a not. I don't even think he's 1 year old. King Maxwell got his first career win after the Gardner tased Rockstar Spud. Tony, I never thought I'd say this. The Gardner tased Rockstar Spud, and a 1 year old got a pinfall on Rockstar Spud. That is one thing I never thought. And this is our 431st show. I never thought I would hear myself say that.
Mike today and Taz, if they were broadcasting this.
433, excuse me.
Yes, Taz and Mike today would have left the broadcast booth and said, "Screw this, I'm leaving. This is the most stupidest show ever."
And it gets weirder. Sienna wants to be #1 contender for the Knockouts title. She opens challenge. Who comes out? Vanguard 1. The frickin' helicopter thing.
Oh, God.
So then, after they come to the realization that Vanguard 1 can't compete, ODB comes out.
Oh,
Sienna defeats ODB.
Oh. That's one of the squad band because I agree. Sienna with the win, and who's the Knockouts champion?
Rosemary, she was banned from the building after she tried to steal King Maxwell. That's I don't understand.
You know what that would be funny about Sienna defeating Rosemary and Rosemary spitting that green mist in Sienna's face? Oof.
Yeah. Inchweed, which I believe was Jeff Hardy in a mask, got a victory. I just don't understand. Tony, I really can't make this stuff up.
Cheeseburger, what is that?
No, Cheeseburger wasn't at this show, unfortunately.
Yeah, next you're going to tell me that Ryan Young picked up the victory over Brandon McGrath.
Oh, one day. Eddie Edwards defeats Lashley and retains the world. Oh no, wait, that match never finished. They got speared, and then they fought. I don't know where the hell they went. They might still be fighting.
They still might be in the woods somewhere. I don't know. That match never ended.
That might end this week. I'm not really sure.
It might end up in Orlando in the river.
And then we had the tag team Apocalypto match, where we saw the return of the Rock and Roll Express. We saw Shane Helms turn into Hurricane. We saw Disco Inferno. We saw Animal. And guess what? For a second, I thought this was a POW show, Wrestle Rage, but no, Animal actually showed up, so it wasn't a Wrestle Rage.
I texted Jimmy that one. I said, "Hey, Animal's on TNA Impact." So he said, "What?"
And then, but anyway, the Hardys got a victory, and then it exploded, and then they announced that Matt Hardy's, or not Matt's not pregnant, but what's the wife? Yeah, Remy's pregnant. Congratulations, Tony. And then we have Impact tonight. Tony, I think we're ending it there because I don't even know what else to say about total nonstop deletion.
Well, it's over. We're back. We're doing the Christmas episode of TNA Impact. There'll be fruitcake,
I thought, hey, so Brandon, you're telling me Brandon left Ringside Report to go to TNA?
I hope
You said
so,
fruitcake.
Fruitcake, eggnog, and...
What about Snoopy? Snoopy's not leaving me, is he? He's here one more show.
No, Snoopy's got a multi-year contract.
Yeah, he's got a multi-Christmas contract.
So it'll be eggnog, fruitcake, and knockouts in lingerie. Ooh.
We'll see what happens. Of course, Friday's show, Tony, I posted it on Facebook. We're going to recap SmackDown 205 Live, Ring of Honor NXT, but it's the debut of Ryan's rant.
Hey.
It's going to, what you said, this is going to blow that out of the water, Tony. I am going to air dirty laundry. I may get in trouble for it, but guess what? I'm not contractually obligated for anyone, so guess what? I did an investigation, I got dirt, and we're going to air it to close out before we take 2 weeks off. Are you ready, Smooty?
Yeah, you know what? Keep your mind in the guard and choose your words wisely, because you know what? Excuse me, Dale. You're just a fucking lunatic.
Oh, Smooty. Way to be in the Christmas spirit. That'll do it for us. We'll be back Friday with a groundbreaking finale before our 2 weeks off. For Anthony Smooty and Snoopy, I'm Ryan Young. Saying thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.